What's going on, guys?
Hey guys, what's going on? Here's the deal, back on Mondays.
Back on Mondays, we do have a new setting, kind of out in the open. We're not in the studio.
More casual.
More casual, we got our legs crossed. Ches forgot our cup of coffee, but...
I did. I definitely need it after the last month of softball.
Yeah, I've missed Ches. She's been gone. Haven't gotten to see her around the office.
I know, I've been traveling quite a bit.
You have been.
Mm-hmm. Then we had Romo
Then we had Romo on.
couple weeks back.
And then I was traveling. And now we're here.
Yeah.
With you guys.
Yes.
We're back.
So good to see you. Well, some of the big things that we're going to tackle today, obviously, conference season is winding down.
It's that time of year.
Oh, yeah. So, as you know, the Florida Gators captured the SEC title. Are you surprised by that at all?
I'm not. I'm really not.
Even after when we saw them get beat by Georgia?
No. Barnhill. They have Barnhill.
Yeah. She leads in some serious pitching categories.
Serious pitching cat. And I know you're gonna say, I know everybody's gonna be like, she crow hops, whatever. They're not.
She still strikes people out.
She still strikes people out, and Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, they were the runner-up last year. I'm not surprised that they came back.
Yeah.
And are dominating.
Absolutely. And then Michigan just captured their 10th Big Ten conference title in the last 11 seasons. What do you think about that?
I mean, they've been ranked quite low for us this season. They were out of the top 20 at some point. They're kind of teetering on the top 15, but they're still a great program.
Yeah.
And they are the best team in the Big Ten, without a doubt. So, will they win the Big Ten championship? We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll leave you on a little cliffhanger there, but I'm not surprised that they won regular season.
And talk about a dream season. Oklahoma.
OU. Historic season for OU.
Yeah.
They went undefeated in conference play for the first time ever in their history, and it was only the second time a Big 12 team has gone undefeated.
Give me your thoughts on the Big 12. Do you think? I mean, it's just
that's a really. I don't know what you want me to say. You're kind of setting me up to say a whole bunch of different things. When you say, give me your thoughts on the Big 12.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it there.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. OU undefeated, first time ever. What is it, 18-0? 18-0?
Yes, 18-0.
I'm looking behind everybody because Allie's giving me the affirmative.
Yeah,
that it's 18-0.
the affirmative nod.
Impressive.
And two pitchers with ERAs below 1.
It's bananas.
Yeah.
It's like
that doesn't hurt.
No,
it's not going to hurt your chances.
It doesn't hurt. Yeah.
And then to cap off the Power 5, ACC, Florida State with another title.
It's exciting to see Duke. It was their first season.
I thought they did great.
They had a great season for their first season, but Florida State's going to win that.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Totally. All right. Should we move into our picks
for
the conference championship tournament?
Everybody wants to talk about picks and everybody wants to hear me make picks that are going to be right and hear Chez's picks that are going to be wrong. So that's what we're going to do.
Yourself.
No, I have a track record of being right. You have a track record of being wrong.
I might disagree with you on that.
Yeah? All right. Okay, so picks. We're making picks. We're talking conference tournaments. Let's kick off with the SEC.
Okay.
Who's your pick in the conference tournament?
You know what? I'm going to go for a wild card.
Oh, are you? This is why
I'm
my
going to
track record's so bad.
With the South Carolina Gamecocks.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. They finished third in the SEC. I think this is a perfect time for them to capitalize on the big stage. And I think they have the personnel to do it. I think this will be telling to where the future of the South Carolina program is headed. Who would have thought that they would finish third? And as you remember, Ole Miss won the SEC tournament last season.
They did.
Who would have thought that?
They did.
So
I feel like we need to cue Studio Guy for a dark horse sound, but later. So I feel like this is a dark horse pick.
yeah, it is a dark horse pick. I'm
Dark
going
horse
with
pick.
it.
Dark horse picks.
I'm going
South
with
Carolina.
the Gamecocks.
Somebody in your head, make a horse sound for Chez's dark horse pick.
Yeah.
I'm going with Florida.
Yeah.
Florida's gonna win this. That's all I have to say.
That's it.
That's all I'm saying.
That's it. Even though they lost last season.
No, it doesn't matter.
In the SEC conference
Yeah, they
tournament?
lost in the SEC conference tournament last year, and then guess what? They made it to the finals in the Women's College World Series. And guess what? Barnhill is mowing people down this year.
Okay. All right.
Florida's going to take this, guys.
Yeah. I'm going to go with South Carolina. Don't let me down.
The more explanation you need to do, the more like you feel like you have to make your point, the more like you don't really have a great point to make. So
No,
I'm just going to say
come
Florida and leave it
on.
to Florida.
More so, somebody has a lack of information.
Big 12. We're going with Big 12.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma.
I mean, they had a few scares. Like, let's not. It's not like they mowed over everybody.
No, they didn't. OSU, I think OSU can. I think there are several teams that can play them tough.
Yeah,
But
Texas played them tough.
I don't think that anybody is going to beat Oklahoma in that tournament.
I just think this team proves that even when their backs are against the wall, they're still able to kind of perform. And it's almost like torture when another team thinks they have the game won,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, like a Sid Romero hits like a grand
Or
slam,
Shane Knighton,
or a
Jocelyn
Jocelyn
Allo,
or Nicole Penley,
or can we keep
yeah,
going?
Fall
Like,
of You,
yeah.
Kaylee Clifton.
Yeah, there she goes.
Just ridiculous.
Shameless plug. We are streaming 2.
Yeah, we are streaming 2 games from the Big 12 championships on Friday, so be sure to watch. We're gonna have Texas versus Iowa State, and then we're going to have Baylor versus Texas Tech.
There you go. Chez is going to be rooting for her horns, but she just
See you.
picked OU. So anyway,
On
Big
blast.
10, Big 10. Minnesota
Look.
won. You're talking about, Michigan's dominance of Big 10 for the last 10 years. Minnesota pulled the upset last year.
They did.
Which I wouldn't even call that an upset because they were a phenomenal team last year.
Yes.
They won the tournament last year. What are your thoughts on the Big 10 tournament this year?
You know what? I think it's anybody's game.
Really? Anybody.
I do believe that. So it was a tight race.
Sure.
When you look at the top 3 teams in the Big Ten standings, Michigan, Minnesota, and Indiana were all within a couple games of each other. So, I mean, yes, Michigan won the Big Ten outright,
Yes.
but I think it was a little closer than most people thought.
Man,
You're going with Michigan.
I'm going with Michigan. Bobian is having too great of a season.
You know what? I'm feeling like the dark horse.
She makes too many dark horse picks, and this is why her picks are.
The dark horse. The spirit
Yeah, what's the spirit? What's the dark horse spirit?
I'm going to go
telling
with
you?
Indiana.
Oh my God.
Indiana, I'm going with you. Don't let me down.
Michigan. ACC.
ACC.
Do you have another dark horse in the ACC that you want to talk about?
I do not.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Florida State. Although, Syracuse with Alexa Romero is having a phenomenal year. I think she's like top 5 in strikeouts.
Yes, she has had a phenomenal year.
Totally.
Shout out to her, but Florida State's going to win that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So just so everybody knows, my picks are Florida, Oklahoma, Michigan, Florida State. Chez has several dark horses, which are going to come back to bite her in the ass.
Maybe.
SEC is South Carolina,
South Carolina.
OU, Indiana,
Yes.
and Florida State.
Yeah.
That's what you got.
I know.
We want to hear your picks. Let us know.
I'm just being bold
Tell
here.
Chez that she doesn't know what she's doing. Player and pitcher of the year.
Oh, wow. So we put out a poll last week for player and pitcher of the year. you know, there's so many good players. It's hard to just narrow down to that player of the year. So we decided to create a pitcher of the year category. Right now, leading in the player of the year categories, we've got Sid Romero with, she's got 65% of the vote right now, and Rachel Garcia with 20%. So if you're a softball fan, cast your votes. In my mind, I'm going, you know, we talked about this a couple weeks back, but to me, Rachel Garcia is the player of the year in my mind. I mean, when you talk about her stats, she's got a 1.01 ERA, ridiculous. Not only that, she hits for herself, batting .379, 9 home runs, 44 RBIs, 197 strikeouts. Do I need to say any more?
It's bananas. It is unbelievable what this sophomore does. I'm trying to think the last time a pitcher had hitting stats like that.
Kehlani?
And that was probably, what, 5 years ago? In 2013? This kid is doing it on both sides, which you don't see with pitchers anymore.
Look,
you don't see it happen.
Simply put, she's a beast.
Sid Romero's having a great season. She, like Chez said, she's at 65% of the fan vote right now. She's batting .451. She has 9 home runs, 47 RBIs, and she has a .972 fielding percentage. She only has like 3 errors on the season, which looks like her freshman season.
She's one of the best third basemen in the country.
She sure is.
Not to mention, she has the versatility to play any of the infield positions.
Yeah, you could stick her pretty much anywhere, and she'd probably have that as good of a fielding percentage.
Absolutely.
So those are the top 2 from our poll right now. I have to say Rachel Garcia because nobody else in college softball is doing what she's doing.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And it's been 5 years since we had anybody who was able to do it with Kehlani. So
she's a gamer.
We want to hear from you. Keep voting. Keep letting us know. Pitcher of the year.
Pitcher of the year, there are quite a few great pitchers. But leading in the polls right now, the top 2, G. Juarez. G. Juarez with a 50% vote right now. And then Paige Parker is right behind her with 43%.
They both have had no-hitters this season, right? Yep. Parker just threw one
last weekend.
I'm forgetting who Juarez threw hers against, but they're both phenomenal pitchers. They're both Juarez's ERA is .92. She's got only 3 losses on the season, and she's 7th in the NCAA with 250 strikeouts. Bananas. In the Pac-12.
Need I remind you?
Oh, here we go.
Who did I say was going to be the dark horse this season? Who was it?
I don't.
Who?
Did you say?
Who was it? I believe it was Arizona State. I said that.
I think you said Arizona.
In the fall. In the fall of 2017, folks.
Okay, so Chez is 1 for 17 on her dark horse picks.
Please. I think there's some error in counting over here.
My percentages are on point. So that's G. Juarez. Paige Parker, she's got 43% of our vote right now. .85 ERA. She's tied for 3rd in the NCAA. She only has 2 losses on the season. Strikeouts, not quite as high as they have been in the previous seasons. But
I'm really surprised that Kelly Barnhill wasn't higher in the polls. She dominates every pitching category.
She does. What's her ERA is .9 something.
9.1.
She's got 263 strikeouts, which is more than Juarez. You know how many games? I think she's lost 1 game.
Yeah.
The whole season. So it's a tight one on Pitcher of the Year.
Yeah, we have some people chiming in about Megan Kleist and Miranda Elish. Hey, I totally agree with you. I think both of those pitchers are having phenomenal years. We're simply just talking about who's at the top of the polls right now. Yep. And it's tough. You know, when Allie knows how hard I was agonizing about narrowing down the pitchers of the year. But just looking,
not an easy task, folks. Yeah. Not an easy task.
Yeah, and we saw Megan Kleist has been dominating, despite I think she's got 3 losses on the season. It is really, when you watch her throw, I mean, she's lights out.
Oh, I mean, we're talking top of fan polls. I don't see any Ducks either in freshman or player of the year categories. But they can't be discounted.
Yeah.
Like, they're having
great years.
They are. So who's your, all right, so we're both taking Rachel Garcia as player of the year. Who's your pick for pitcher of the year?
Honestly,
out of anybody.
I'm still going with Barnhill.
Yeah?
She has 1 loss on the season.
1 loss. 260
She
some
leads
strikeouts.
both these pitchers in strikeouts. And, like, let it be known that it is not easy to have to deal with the criticisms of, like, basically, you know, illegal pitches. We saw her pitch through games where she was called numerous times for it, but to me, she's a gamer. And who was there at in the championship game at the Women's College World Series? Florida.
Man, this is tough. I'm having a tough time with pitcher of the year here.
We know who she's gonna go with. Come on. You like bleed maroon.
I'm gonna go with Parker.
Weird.
I'm gonna go with Parker. That ERA. I know her strikeouts aren't where they've been. I'm going with Parker. I picked Garcia for player of the year. Give me some credit.
Yeah.
I am on the Boomer Sooner train. Everybody
Yeah.
knows that. All right. Those are the picks. We want to hear yours. We're moving on to freshman player and pitcher of the year.
Well, the freshmen of the year in my mind have been outstanding this season.
I think I said this last time we had a show. Like, I was looking at numbers for these freshmen and I could not, like, I had to stop and be like, oh, these are freshmen. Like, I really thought I was looking at numbers for like seniors or juniors. Like, they've been phenomenal.
Absolutely. But leading in the polls right now, Jocelyn Alo. Who could argue, really?
She's handily leading in the poll. She's 74% of the fan poll right now. And you can't, her numbers are fantastic, right?
431 batting average, 23 home runs, over 50 RBIs.
Yeah.
She's on pace to break Lauren Chamberlain's home run record.
I think it's definitely within her grasps. You know, 23 home runs as a freshman.
I mean, she could put up 30 home runs this year.
She could, as a freshman. You know, do you think she's gonna? I don't know. Do you think she's gonna break 100 home runs in her career? She's gonna do it.
I think she could do it.
I think she could do it too. You know, and then so she's power numbers. Like, I think her slugging percentage is over 900. At one point in the season, it was over 1,000. And then we have Aaliyah Jordan for UCLA. She has 25% of the vote. She's batting .467, 10 home runs and 61 RBIs. I mean,
ridiculous.
It's almost identical.
Yeah.
Batting average is a little higher, half the home runs.
Who's your pick?
Jordan.
I'm going with Aaliyah Jordan as well. And
I didn't pick the Sooners.
Yeah.
See?
I'm really surprised by that.
I had 3 opportunities to pick Sooners.
I thought you were going to go. I definitely thought you were going to go Boomer Sooner. If I can give an award to both of them, it would go to both of them.
Yeah.
But I think the leg up that Jordan has, obviously in RBIs, but she also plays the field.
Yeah. That's what it comes down to for me, right? Like, she's dominating hitting, but Jordan's playing the field.
Yeah. Both ends.
Yeah.
But freshman pitcher of the year, we've got like a landslide vote for a Miss Mary Half from Arkansas. I was very, very surprised by this.
82%.
82%.
82%.
I think it was like Barstool Sports Arkansas retweeted it and it like caught fire. I'm not even kidding.
And she, for good reason, she has a 1.5 ERA. She has 6 losses on the season, 218 strikeouts. Really solid numbers for a freshman. She's having a phenomenal year.
But I mean, but to me, it's look at Megan Bobian's numbers from Michigan: .90 ERA, She's only got 3 losses on the season and 245 strikeouts.
All right, but you can make the case that everybody knows the Big Ten is not as strong as the SEC.
Yes.
So Mary Half is pitching in the SEC week after week after week. Beaubien's in the Big Ten. You know, if Beaubien is in the Pac-12 or the SEC, what do her numbers look like?
Yeah.
Right? You can make
I think they would be in the ones for sure.
I still think she would be not dominating, just let me say that. But I did want to point out, in terms of strength of schedule for the conferences, Half has had a tougher schedule.
Yeah. No question there.
Who'd you pick?
For
I don't have a Sooner option on this one, so.
I'm going to go with Megan Beaubien. I think what she's done this year, and she faced stiffer competition early on in the season, and she fared well. So, in my mind, Megan Beaubien deserves Pitcher of the Year. She's had a phenomenal year. And you can't, I mean, it's just tough because do you really want to, actually, I'm not going to go down that road.
She's not going down that road.
I'm not going down that road.
I don't know what road it is, or else I would go down it for her, but I don't know. But, yeah, I'm going with Beaubien.
Okay.
0.9 ERA, it puts her in the top 5.
Yep.
245 strikeouts as a freshman. It's a fantastic season. Like, congrats. Yeah. Freshman Pitcher of the Year, Megan Beaubien.
Yeah, it's crazy that this season is, like, on the downhill
right now.
Where did it go? I know.
Where did the season go?
It's crazy. But on Friday, you can watch the Big 12 championships on FloSoftball.
2 games. Texas versus Iowa State, and Texas Tech versus who's Texas Tech?
Baylor.
Baylor.
Yep. And if you're a club fan out there, we've got the 2022 Hot 100 rankings coming up.
They're so hot.
Hey, y'all. Over 50,000 votes so far on the 2022 Hot 100 ranking.
Told you they're hot. They're sizzling.
Over 50,000. You guys are nuts.
2022.
But thanks for joining us, and we won't see you next week, but the week after we'll see you. See you guys.